Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. That's the first one. You can't stand it. They don't want to stand on the thing. So it made me crazy. We block people. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down over here. They don't want people blocking. They don't want anybody standing on top.
Worst case, I'll be able to stand on the chair. I'm like, she's going to bring the ladder.
The bulkhead seems on this bulkhead. Like it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. No, no. So yeah, you can plug a plug. You can plug it. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. I can't get in. I can't get out. I'm locked in.
Keep pushing pages. There's only one capital, did I say? Thank you. Let's see. Kapitel Tezayin. Nichtam leDavid Shomreini El ki chosi sibo. Amart ladinoi Adonai oto toivosi ba'al olecho. L'kedoshim asher b'oretz heimo ve'adirei kol chev tzibon. Yirbo atzvoiso macher mohoru ba'al asich niskeyem mizom uvaleso eshmoisom al svosoi. Adonai minos chalki b'choisi ato toimich goyroli. Chavolim noflu li banimim af nachalos shofroloim. Avoreich es Adonai asher yotzoni af leilois yisruni chilyoisoi. Shivesi Adonai lenegdi somid ki mimini ba'alemoi. L'chein samach libi vayogel kvoidi af besori yishkoin lovetach. Ki loy sazoiv nafshi lishoyl loy sitein chasidcho liroy shochaz. Toidieni oirachayim soivas mochois esponecho Neimois yibim chonetzach.
must have each person by itself.
What?
I would announce each person, each must be. Rabbi Elio, your mark. Rosh HaYeshiva, Reb Shlomo Haliwa.
Nofla teres roshenu, oilonu kuishpanu. Nofla teres roshenu, a Torah von Yeshiva, a teres roshenu unsere Yeshiva Morichami, a teres roshenu, Mishpocha. Ateres Roshenu. Ein Mila Befi. Snitte Mida Maspid sein. Odem Godel, der Rashiva, Oilanu Kuishparnu, Zazaka von Oilanu Kuishparnu. Presentlich, Chred van Marichami de Schwer, Ateres Roshenu, Schus, Ateres Roshenu, der Shiva, Schus, Miskarv, zu sein Echad mit Talmidei, Yeshiva Talmidov, Ateres Roshenu von der Mishpacha, Schia, seine Chelik, der Mishpacha, Oilanu Kuishparnu. Nicht Mida Maspid sein, Marir sein, der Hecke von unserer Shiva, der Hecke von wer gewinnt, sein Gadlus. Aber das ist auch Oilanu Kuishparnu. Nishbar Roina Kodesh. Roina Kodesh mit gehört, Nishbar Roina Kodesh. Der Metzies von der Torah bei uns. Der Oren, die gewähnt, the presence, the Covid, the Metzies, der Torah bei uns. Der Shiva, Morichami, Neuchel, Umanchel, der Torah, in der Yeshiva, Teures, mein Mitgewinn, Teures von Talmidim, Kibonim, Mann gewinn an Eido von der Yeshiva, Teures, Lemaila, Miyoivul Shonim, Nochal, Behinchil, lomad, v'limed, hinhig, maimid gewen, the yeshiva, the Edo, oilonu kushparnu. Der Mahus was given by uns, who he was by us. Again, wenn kein moidet sein, the hekev, the length, the breadth, the oimek, von alles, was given, getan für den Zibur, für die Talmidim, für die Yeshiva, beetwas, niftarim mirabenu, niftarim von unserer Seide in der Mishpocha, nochal v'hinchil, nochal v'hinchil, the Torah, Torah's Chaim, einer der Meirish Schechter Lebonov. Und als mit manchel der Torah, der Meirosche von der Torah, darf man dobig sein in der Emes von der Torah. Han Cholle ist mit Advekus in der Emes. Es ist wenn ein Neuchel oder ein Manchel, zusammen Dvekus, der Emes, was hat gelebt damit, Israel, Vairaiso, Vekutshabrichu, Oimid neged Einai, der Mare, Ochus, the Sefer Torah, B'shas HaKofis, Simchas Torah, Ashrei Odom Oizloi Boch, Ashrei Ish Shelo Yishkochecha. Ochus in the Torah, mit Azamin Dveikis, and sagen die Werte, saying these words, das gewinnt sein Atzmius, Oimid neged Einov, so it gehat, Chadre Chadorov neged Einov, Ashrei Odom, lo yishkochecho, uven Odom yisametz boch, Ashrei Odom oizloi boch. Gesagt, mit einer besonderen Harocha, personal Harocha, die Werte sind neged Einov geseder. Gebe Dovuk in der Emes, der Emes von wo Yishkochecho, Oizloi Boch, Yisametz Boch, dass gewähnt Advekis Lemaila, und Ochus in der Torah, durch die Torah, Advekis in der Emes von der Torah, so der Tzipor Nafshoi, Beloschen Rabboi, Damatamtis, wie es Damatamtis und Torah's Emes, was mit lebt Beloschen Rabboi, wegen zu und sei übergegeben, so he gave over. This Talmidim, the Hirosha von der Emes was neged Einov, was Beruach, was Ruach Apov, Kol Yemei Meshach Chayov, das gewinnt sein Chius, das gewinnt sein Atzmius, das ist gewinnt. Mit der Aber also v'kol echad ve'echad from the yeshiva, Talmidim, mitzarf me'elov, and the kehillah from the yeshiva. Ava azat zen, so it should live in the hemshech hadoros from Yisrael, and v'nafshay, the avodah from hanchola from the emes, the kiyum from the emes, the Klal Yisrael and the Tzibur Harocha from Yisrael, and the Tzibur Nafshay, those are given the Chiyusay, the Chayov, Meshach Kol Yomov, Filu, and Messias HaTorah is no longer as a Lamaisa, the Daiger for Yadish Kind, the Kinder sein Mishpacha, the Hemshech HaDoros, allemal gelebt by him. The Simcha and sing the Tkuma from them is Machaya him, Soif Yomov. Nishpa Aroin HaKodesh, Afilu Soif HaYomim, let's the Or in the last years, we weren't Zoiche to have direct Maga, it's Morichomi, the Rosh Hashiva, and learning, giving over Torah. But he was amongst us. Given, as Mashpia given, with Aharon HaKodesh is Mashpia. But not gelernt from the Aharon HaKodesh, but it was a presence amongst us. When Isaiah room, in its presence, it was Mashpia. Given by uns. He was amongst us. B'yoidim, u'b'lo yoidim, sein Atzmius was amongst us. Hoy lanu ku'ishpanu, nishpa Aharon HaKodesh. Wir haben wir nicht der Aharon HaKodesh, der Atzmius, der Emes, so hier Dobukpa, von der Torah und its Anchola amongst us. Hoy lanu ki ushpanu. Ich bete, Morichomi, so you bichayecho, kol meshech hashonim, was mit Zoiche gewähn, Stoi gewähn, für die Prat für Prat, und the Tkuma, and the Hemshech von der Yeshiva, Hamodes Talmidim, weitere Gedäuers von Talmidim, Klal Yisrael, sein Mispal weiter vor uns, für der Hemshech HaYeshiva, der Hemshech HaMishpocha, Lo'olam lo yeshkach, pikudecha kivam chisoni, Rabbi Mevioi, this is Ruach Apov in the Yeshiva, Ruach Apov in the Hemshech HaDoros von sein Mishpocha, Lo'olam lo yeshkach, vergesst nicht den Mokar HaChaim, der was geht Chaim, dort bist du gewähnt Dovuk, sei Mispal für uns, für die Kiyama Yeshiva, Hemshech HaYeshiva, Hemshech HaMishpocha, Lo'olam lo yeshkach, Nofla Tereseinu Oilonu Ku'ishpanu, Tanuach B'Shalom HaMishkovcha, Amen.
HaRav, your mark.
I'm not even going to attempt to be Yotze, a hesped. I'm certainly not royal kach. I don't think it would be really that I should try to do that. Rather, I'll speak a personal appreciation. I hope I'm right for that. There's Yerushalmi that says that the Rebbe saw Kadle, the Eiref of a mayor, and he said, "This that I'm Zeichel towards the Shmaitzer is because I saw Kadle der Mayor." Rebbe Resh Lakish said, "This that they're Zeichel towards the Shmaitzer is because they say it's ba'osav shel Rebbe." I was Zeichel to join the Mishpacha over 40 years ago. I chazed Rosh Yeshiva for many years. We chazed together almost every time. A very intense yachas and learning together. On occasion, he would ask me to come help him prepare the shiur. Over the years, any issue that arose, of course, he was the one we spoke to. We were to live in the house together for the last 16 years. How much was my hakara of Morichami? Maybe Chazal would describe it. I was able to see his fingernails, not even that boys. You know, to know the Rashiva, to know Morichami, he said a shiur in Narale Shabbos. I went to that shiur for, I think, 26 years. It was a very tief shiur. All this Torah was very tief. I was able to understand a chelik of it as time went on, maybe more and more. But even what we didn't understand, we all understood very well. We were able to see, not only did he understand it, he lived it. It was Metzias, his Metzias. The kesher of this Olam HaGashmi Olam HaTachton with the Olam HaElyon. Nothing was mundane. There was no mokum for katnus or shiflus. The Rambam says that Talmud Chacham is nicker, and everything that he does, that was Yeshiva. Every word was measured. Common times I would see he ask someone to give a message to someone over the phone. His words were so measured. If a word was changed, it was not his kavanah, it made the person correct it. Every word was measured. Every mice was measured. The chashivas, understanding the chashivas of every mice, there's nothing mundane. There was nothing small. And so this that I was able to see, maybe the etzbois, maybe the fingernails of the nifter. But from that, there was a tal shel tchiyah. Just to see even that much, nicker that wasn't more than that much, but even that much was a tal shel tchiyah. In his presence, there was no mokum for katnus. When you're in the presence of a gedol deya, there's no mokum for katnus. In the presence of such chashivas, he lived with the hakara of the chashivas of the Tzem Elikim, a yid, a banim la'mokaim, an Eisek b'Torah, Talmud Chacham. There was no mokum for shiflus. In the presence of chashivas, his presence alone drove away katnus, any katnus, any shiflus. His riska d'oraisa that we all experienced it burned away any mokum for shiflus and prisus. I think that any of us who was zeicher to know the yeshiva, anything I'm saying is drum shootim. The chshivas of every ma'aseh and every machshava and every dibur was the hakor of that. To live in the presence of that was a gewaltige aliyah in itself. What can I say? That we should be zeicher. It shouldn't be said on as banim le'emen bam. It should be nicker in us, his mishpacha and his talmidim, his gadlus, his chashivus, his chachma, his riska d'oraisa, his kesh with the Torah. It should be nicker in us that we were zeicher to have such to be in the presence and at the shaykhs with such an adam gadol. I think if I would try to say more, maybe that would be a cottoness on my part. I do want to say over one Maisa, which speaks for itself. Rabbi Shlomo spoke that Yakros of every Yid, maybe 12, 13 years ago, but I don't remember exactly. He caught the flu. And he fell to the floor from Schwachkeit. I lived upstairs. I went downstairs. I saw he was laying on the floor. He couldn't get up. I couldn't pick him up. I called my shwager, Martha, told the Gesundsein. So down the block, we came and literally carried him to his bed. We laid him into bed. We asked him, would you like something? He needs a drink. He's very thirsty. Okay, we brought him the drink. He had no koyach to sit up. He was too weak. We propped him up and gave him a drink. Okay, he's laying in bed. Okay, then he says, hand me the telephone. What do you need the telephone for? You can't even sit up. Someone may need me. Leave me the phone. Okay, we had no choice. We gave him the phone. The doorbell rang. He says, who's there? I said, no, it's nothing. See who's there. A Yid had come. He was going to Russia at the time. People going to Russia, and he tell him to come in. Gave him a bracha. There was no such thing that the chashivas that he related to every Yid and every Maisa. There was no such thing as being too tired or too weak to do what he could do. What can I say? We should be zoichet that Bimkon, the hesped, that I'm not right to say, we should be zoichet that his coverage should be that it should be nicker in us, his giddel. We should be one Amon Bum. So when we Messiah, I can't, because I lived in the house, still live in the house, and I had Schechter the most in that contact. I can't not mention the Gewaltkes Masras of Dr. Moshe Christine, together with his brother, Rabbi Shua Christine. I would say that counting my original kesher with them, with my mother Lashon, and the Shviger Lashon, and the Yeshiva, it's probably 30 years of their being on call for us any hour of the day and night, constantly, till the Aharon Mamash. In the last years, Dr. Sultan also helped out very much. I also have to mention, I can't not mention the help we were zeicher to and take care of the yeshiva. Reb Shimi Sher, from Freund, and then and more recently, Reb Mendy from Mel, the Mesiras Nefesh. There are many extenuating circumstances over the years. Never was there a time that someone said, it's not my HaRav, it's not my job, I'm not getting paid for this. Everybody, the Mesiras Nefesh on their part was overwhelming. Each one, I'm sure, felt, one of them said to me this morning, he was my tata and my Rebbe. They weren't Talmidim from the yeshiva, but his kesher, the rotzen to give over what he could give, was so overwhelming in him that it was not shy to be in his presence. They shouldn't leave him feeling he's your tata and your Rebbe. Yehi Zechroy Baruch.
HaRav Yitzchak Meir and the Rovitz.
In Gemara steht in Moyikatin, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Meidich Siv, Ki Sifsei Koyin Yishmeru Das, V'Torah Yevakshu Mipihu, Ki Malach Hashem Tzvokos. So hat die Gemara, Merav Doivel Malach Hashem Tzvokos, Yevakesh Torah Mipihu, V'im Lav Al Yevakshu Torah Mipihu. Also steht in Gemara in Moyikatin, steht da in der Gemara, als HaRav ist ein Prinner von einem Malach. In Medrash, in Bereishis steht, Amar Rav Simin, Ein lecha kol Esav ve'Esav, she'ein loi Malach b'Rekiya, she'make oisoi, ve'oimer loi gadel. Steht da, was HaMalach is make, ve'oimer loi gadel. And if HaRav is doimer le Malach, is a Rebbe, is a Rebbe, was is Make v'oime gadel. Es steht nicht that he says so. It says Make v'oime loi gadel, wächst. This is something, if I would have to say something that catches me about unsere Yeshiva, sei being a father, sei being a shver, sei being a zayda, sei being a Rosh Yeshiva, is there nekuda, Make v'oime loi gadel, to bring out the best of us, to demand from us, with such a gvura, as I mean starkheit, to believe in every one of us. A malach is oichet. As a malach is a shliach. A shliach that's just to do the shlichus of the Mishaleach. Unser halten the Messiah HaTorah. The tzura von a ben Torah. The roimemus von a mensch. A shliach is someone who's focused on his role b'chaim. Ein loi ba'olamo elu shlichus von the Messiah. From the Messiah, from the grace of your yeshiva. The Messiah in the Torah from the yeshiva. Und was ist the Messiah from the yeshiva? Gadlus and roimimus, the Heibenkeit. It's not an easy makkah. You could hit someone and tell him to do something. But gadel, wächst die koyach hatvisa, your hasoga. Hasoga in the Eibishter, hasoga in Torah, hasoga in Welt. Make v'oime loi gadel. We know the yeshiva was shoga b'fiv, the divrei Mesilas Yesharim. Ha'adam lo nivra el l'saneg al Hashem. The mazain, the nutrition from our nefesh is tainug. The nefesh Yisraeli is me'olam ha'tainug. In Kadmoinim steht that the tainug, was a mensch hat in mitzvahs, das ist ein Netzach ha'nefesh. The tainug was hat in Torah mitzvahs, das ist ein Netzach. Das ist der tainug von Olam haba, kommt von jener tainug. Ha'adam lo nivra el l'saneg al Hashem. The yeshiva was so alive. He was so alive in life. Does that mean connection? The koyach for connection with his chaber is with the koyach ha'tainug. The excitement, the motivation, the pleasure, the satisfaction. Als gewein, wegen der Gemara, zu a Chumash, zu a viel lernen mit bei my aufruf. It was such a tumult by the Kiddush, and the yeshiva was learning with a Russian Bereshis bara lekim. With a zamin geschmack. It didn't make a difference as a Kivego or a Rashi in Chumash, a Pshat. Was is einig? Einig is a meisa to feel godliness, to feel elikos, getlichkeit. Das is einig. The Mokum einig is by the Eibishter. True einig is his chabrus. And we all know the yeshiva had such a kifus, a makkah, v'oime loi gadel. Where did that come from? That came from his Yiras HaRoimimus. The makkah was his Yiras HaRoimimus. Wir haben gehabt so viel Meure. The Meure from the Schenkeit, from the Schchine was liegt in him, from the Yerushalayim. He was a furnace of Yerushalayim. And he demanded, his presence demanded, at the Heibenkeit. But das mean Starkheit. Die ganze tiefe Landin ist gewesen, nur mit Haravanya und mit der Starkheit. Und mit Tzadsheni ist gewesen mit der Geschmack. Und der Geschmackheit kommt von dem, als alles kommt von der Eibishter. Mit Tzadechon, als Takif, wo ist der Guru, mit Pneiish, mit Tzadsheni, in ganzen am Kabel von der Seichel von der Eibishter. Alle wissen, was Kadmoinim steht. Und alles vor ihm stehen. Aber der Jachas zwischen der Eberstuhl und Klal Yisrael ist ein Jachas von der Ish wie Isha. Aber der Ish ist ein Maschpia und der Ish ist ein Mekabel. Der Simcha, Bechir ist mit Loschen Chibur. Der Bechir von der Yid ist mit Schaber sein, like Kodesh Baruch Hu. This that Isha goes ahead and sticks out her yad to be Mekabel the Kedushin. When the Mashpia gives the Kedushin, the Ratzin, the appetite. I want to be a Mekabel. I have Simcha in the Kabbalah like Kodesh Baruch Hu. Das is the Oinig. Harchev Picho V'Amaleu. We saw how the Yeshiva tugging and tugat. Arois, jede Tag ist erwähnt, als in Frischkeit. But als is Chabrit, als Gvura. Der Malach was auch Gadel came with such an Oinig Achayim, an Oinig in a Shabbos, a Tvila, out with such life, such vitality. Und der Indien lois a Guru mit Pnei Ish. Und das in Starkheit ausgeführte Yeshiva. Didn't make a difference what the Olam says this way, how the wind blows this way and the wind blows that way. Mit a starke Das. This Heilige Beis Medrash is such full of definition. Such full of definition. And we all know the truth, how much he invested in all of us. It's a mamish, it's a hespera from Dor that we were zeicher to have such a Rebbe, such a Rosh Hashiva that cared for us and that was on top of us. The Eibishter soll helfen, zu da Yeshiva shel Mata und dann zu da Yeshiva shel Maila. Und in die Yeshiva shel Maila the Yeshiva soll mamshich sein, davenen für uns. Und die Yeshiva soll umgehen mit der Tzura. Nothing more counted in the Yeshiva. He was so focused on zu halten der Häubigkeit von ein Wort. Der Tzura ist HaTorah. Der Tzura von Ben Torah. Das passt nicht und das passt nicht. Nothing else mattered to him, not the tzura from the Häubigkeit, the tzura from the Skavis Lashem, the emes lisanig Lashem. Und der Eibishter soll helfen, als Chusay soll beistehen für uns. Und das Yat Shmaya that we had until now soll angehen weiter. And all his work that he did, soll äußer Peir sein, sei für die Talmidim und die Mishpacha, die Kindlach und die Eineklach. So sein Yirei Hashem, B'nai Torah. Und efscher ob ich meg, ich bet Mechilach auf sich allein. Und efscher für die Mishpacha. Und efscher für die Yeshiva. Und seine Melech Yoshe. Und Mocha Hashem Elokim Dibam Yal Kaponim V'noimer Amen.
Reb Nosson Schechter.
Hey, Tate. Es gewinnt eine Tate zu deinen Kindern. Es gewinnt eine Tate zu deinen Eineklach. Und es gewinnt eine Tate zu deinen Talmidim. Oh, ihr seid mir mal jene wie ein Auf. Es geht das ein Teufel für jeden Mensch. Es begabt gewesen jeden einen. Vieles gewesen eine Zeit, ein Mensch, was nicht gehalten, genau wie gehalten zu das, aber der Mensch hast du begabt gewesen. Nicht so wie heutige Teures, nicht so wie heutige Zeit von Mensch sagt etwas, es bin cancelled Mensch. Nein, der Mensch hast du begabt gewesen. Steht wie Shinant von Echa, sagt der Gemara, Elo hat Talmide, Ei, Tate, du bist gewesen ein Talmud, alle Jahren, zu dein größer Rebbe, der Shiva Zechet Tzadeh V'Kadosh Levracha. Du bist gewesen Oymed, ala Mishmar, Mamshich zu sein, der Messiah von dein Rebbe und nicht Mishane sein. Einer ist einmal gekommen, ein paar Jahre zurück, fragen etwas. Und das nicht gehelfen gleich. Das ist getracht. Und getracht. Eine lange Zeit fragte mir eine, entschuldigt, Rabbi, was trachst du so viel? Er hat gesagt, ich tracht, was mein Rebbe wird geämpft zu deinen Scheile. Das ist gewesen, sein ganzes Haus, sein Koyach concentration is gewesen meuredig. Kennt trachten wegen einer Sache. Eine lange, lange Zeit. Tag und Wochen. Aber nach der Achlotte hat man ihm nicht gekannt, mit Schane sein, seine Meinung. Was hat gehalten ist der Emes. Also wie mein Schwager hat gesagt, the winds could blow from one side to the other, but was is Emes, das ist gewesen. In der Michtav von der Rosh Hashiva erzählt, zu seinem Sefer Avodas Aharon, zu meinen Tatens Sefer Avodas Aharon, schreibt als seht bei meinen Tate, eine Zusammenkunft von zwei Midas, eure Teure, eure Avoide. Das ist der Midas von Aaron und Moshe. Eure Teure, für eure Avoide. Die Tate ist gewesen ein größer Oivet. Mit Berg 20 Jahren zurück. He had a cold. He was very verkehlt. Nach der Sude, bei der Sukke, in der Sukke, hat geklärt, says, Mechuyev schlafen in Sukke. Efter sei Pater, Achoyle. Da ist keine Menschliche Norach. Und geklärt und getracht. A Zeit getracht. Nach einmal der Schulchan Norach. Nach einmal geklärt. Bis zum Sof, der Avoid hat der Bibi genommen und ist gegangen schlafen in Sukkah, but with an extra blanket. Sie werden euch mit dem Ide von Aaron, von eures Habrias und bekarven der Teure. Wartet am Idem. Aber andere Menschen, sie kommen in eine Balabas, hat gedacht von einem Teube, ist doch sei mir Stadel von mir reinzugeben, dort gegeben Geld für die Yeshiva, oder du hast das Seide lernen? Nein. Erst machen das Seide lernen, weil ich mir Stadel sein für dir. Sagst mir zu, das lernen? Stadel. So, euer Brie ist im Karvel der Teure. Sie gewähnt Mamisch eine schöne Sache, eine gewaltige Sache zu sehen. Sie hat Mechabe gewähnt, der Mama. Wenn sie ist schon gewähnt, nicht gesund. Und er hat Mechabe gewähnt. Und er hat ihr getracht, was jetzt sein wird. Was gegangen einmal zu einer Chassene von der Mischpoche, von ihr Mischpoche, meine Mamas Mischpoche. Hat gesagt, ich gehe zu einer Chassene, ich komme zurück. Später. Ich frage, für was hast du nicht gesagt, dass es ihr Plemenik, her Nephews Chassene? Efter in einem Platz wird sie verstehen, and she'll feel bad. Dann habe ich gesagt, wer wird getracht wegen dem? Hat nicht angefangen als zu der Shabbos, bis der Mama ist gewesen bei der Tisch. So ein Kiddush. Was für ein Kiddush? So ein Kiddush. Das hat doch nicht gewusst. Never. Bis der Rebbe zu der Dober am Tisch. Ich habe es gewesen. Het Mechabit gewesen, der Bacher mit der Yeshiva. Nicht gelassen, man soll sie rufen an Namen, nicht der schöne Namen. The Marshal, the guys, these guys, this guy. Nicht gelost, es ist nicht der schöne Sache. Nicht der Kovet Frau Bacher. Ich habe gerät früher, wegen Bedanken. Die Yeshiva hat gehabt, als so viele Menschen herum die letzten Jahre geholfen, kaum meine Sachen. Befragt, wie mein Schwager Rebellion hat gesagt, that he lives in the building, he lives upstairs. He and my sister, Rebbetzin Yomak, haben getan für meine Mama und für die Tate 24/7, Mamish. I'm going to stop over there. Und herum dem ist gewesen, Reb Shimshi Sher, Reb Avram Freund, Reb Mendy Formal, was Mamish, Azamis, Siris, zet me nicht öfter, was Mamish, Amis, Siris, Beleben, Nefesh. I feel it wasn't at that time, and it was a different shift. Es ist nicht gewesen als ein Terz, nicht gewesen als eine Sache. Und sie haben getan mit Messias Nefesh. Und der andere, Shmaya Weitzner, and Simcha Drieben, and Benjamin Zev, Mitnick, Moshe Yitzchak Max, and all the others, and the Dr. Moshe, and Dr. Yeshua, Kirstein's, not Shaykh. We hear about them from other, who don't they help? Mamish, we have such a character. If you can't take care of your father, hire someone to take care of your father. They did our shlichus to help out. And they did it with the grace of covered. We thank them very much. We thank all the others. He's a Baruch.
Rabbi Yitzchak Schechter.
Members of my father would be able to be here. He would be standing over here. So there's nothing I could do except just to be a shliach, to cry with him, to cry for him. When we were coming in, we were walking in, we were holding the Aharon, I felt how many times we walked in with Zaidi, holding him up. He came in to push himself, he couldn't walk, he couldn't do anything. He once told somebody that if I would do based on how I feel, I would never get out of bed. And that was a long time ago. And he still pushed himself and pushed and pushed, and he held on and he was leaning. And one last time we carried him in. Say Zaidi, the Reshiva, is Avek. I put together Zaidi and the Reshiva because he was Zaidi for a lot of us, and he was the Reshiva, but it went together. His Talmidim and his children, his Einiklach, it was all one mixture. It was all merged together. He cared about everybody the same. He dealt with everybody with kavod, with caring. By Bubi's Levaya, so he said that she made her house Rosh HaRav for the yeshiva. So why did she do that? Why did she make her house open for the yeshiva like that? I remember there was on E 17th there was a doorway where the dining room table got extended into the hall. So on one side there was a line that was rubbed out, and on the other side there wasn't. And I used to wonder how did that happen? And it hit me once that because the table was in the doorway, it moved over, so there was a chair always in that doorway. Who sat in those chairs? There was the Olam and the yeshiva sat in those chairs. The Aharon came for Shalosh Shudas, the table got extended, so there was a mark, it was nicker. Just as a young boy, I'm saying over that there was a roshim in the house itself, but the house was taka a Rosh HaRav for the yeshiva, and that's how Bubi allowed her house to be that way. But how could she come to do such a thing like that? Where did she get this idea from? His Dema says that he's the one that made himself a midbar and a Rosh HaRav for the yeshiva. So the pasuk says, "Vayered Moshe min ha'or la'om." His Rashi says that he wasn't pointing la'asokov. He just went directly from the har to the And I used to feel this Rashi defines Zayd, even though in the end it wasn't shaykh. But those years when he was bekoyach, it was pashut every second. There was nothing that was ever his things. It was always with Bacharim. It was always going in the yeshiva, dealing with their things, with the Bacharim's things, and we were part of it. But there was no distinction. There was never like private time. And Memela, her house, if the yeshiva was his inyanim, so Memela the yeshiva became her inyanim, and that she was able to feel that her house is the yeshiva's house. And Memela, the ganze yeshiva and the ganze mishpacha feel this loss. He was doyeg for every single person. He was misameach with every person. Because of his oimek hanefesh, that he had the kesher and the dveikis with everybody, like we've heard. Not to be masber better, but that drew everybody to him, and it attracted them to him. He used to feel when there was something happening, a simcha, something. So when he would come, that's when it started, and when he left, that's when it ended. It was when he was there, that's when it was happening. Because he brought along with him his oimik, his das, his nefesh, that if it came, it felt like it's happening now, and when it went away, it was empty. And it was that caring, that he cared because he had that amkas hanefesh. That's how much he cared. How amkas nefesh was, that's how much he was able to care. And Mela, people were able to accept his tviyas. When you walked into his room, you felt bigger. If you had a shayla, if you had a question, you needed an eitzah, just by standing by his door, already you felt what he's probably going to say. But you had to go to the door. If you weren't entering the room, it didn't have as much. But when you came into his presence, you felt it. Remember one time, a young man, one from the Chabura, left the yeshiva, went on to other in Yoni Avodas Hashem. And we sat in the front table next to where the yeshiva sat. And one time he commented to me, he misses sitting near the yeshiva because just being there is megadol him. Anyone that knew the yeshiva from then, I just want to say, I'm saying to yeshiva, really, to me he's Zaidi. But I want to say over, one time when Bubby was not well, the dieta, and she was in her house. I was there, and she was looking for the yeshiva. So she asked me, "Where's the yeshiva?" She didn't realize that I was her anikel. So it struck me, she has children, so where's Abba? She has grandchildren, where's Zaidi? And then there's the yeshiva, and where's the yeshiva? And that's what she called him. He was the yeshiva. Anyone that knew Zaidi from those years, when he was strong, when he was able, had that moira and that mechayev to be misgadol. And there were years that a lot of years that he wasn't. It was difficult for him. Things were difficult. In the end, kol shekain, when he mamish couldn't talk, and at the end he was sleeping the whole time. But when you were in his presence, that sense came back, that you're in his presence, and you have to be a gadol. You can't be silly. His choice of words. Someone told me that 65 years ago, he was learning with B'chavrusa, so he was a young man, and the person was complaining that it was hot, and he said that he was sweating, and the yeshiva told him, not sweating, perspiring. And a few years ago, there was a physical therapist that used to come, try to get him to do things to help him to be able to move, and it was hard for him. So sometimes he wouldn't want to do it. So this fellow told him, just do this and this, and then you'll go in and eat. He said, why do you have to speak so gross? Say, and then we'll have supper. When he was alive, we felt that he was being mechayev us. It was like b'chinas darb mokim rabbi. You don't have to go in every day, but there's mokim rabbi, and you feel his mechayev and his gidul. And when he leaves, it's that koyach, that amkas hanefesh, that koyach hadas, that just like whenever he left, we felt like it was over. So we have this void that it's missing. The Eibshter Helfen that we should remember. It should be clear. It should be present in our minds, and we should continue to be nizgadol. Yehi zichrei baruch.
Reb Asher Siegfried Kelmoli.
El molei rachamim shoichein b'amroimim hametzei menucha nechoino taras kan kuyal shchino b'malois kedoshim utahoirim k'zoyar orokia mazhirim es nishmas or Aharon Moshe ben Rabbi Yosef Sholach le'olamoi B'gan Eden tehei menuchosoi Lochein b'al rachamim yastireu b'seisek nofav le'olamim V'yitzro b'tzro chayim es nishmosoi Adonai hu nachalosoi V'yanuach b'sholoi mal mishkovoi v'noimar amen.
We ask everyone from the lobby and the oitz in the back of the base measures to please exit the building and go to the far end of Coney Island. Across the street on Coney Island is a very big island, the covered. Please everyone go outside and to the other side of Coney Island. We ask the people from the dining room to go out the shear room hallway, not to go into the lobby. They should go through the shear room hallway out. The ladies should go to the locust exit onto locust. The Levaya will be getting towards Avenue L. We're going towards Avenue L, making a left, line up on Avenue L towards Ocean Parkway. We ask everyone to please exit the base medrash now so we could bring the Aharon out. There's going to be washing stations on the corner of L and Coney Island across the street from the Mesivta. Nachman. Those in the front of the base medrash, the exit on Locust is open as well. Everyone, please try to exit the building and go to the far end of Coney Island. Cross the street, please. L, Ocean Parkway. Those who are going to the base Olam, it's Beth David, Elmont 300 Elmont. We recommend parking outside the base Olam and walking. The locust exit on the front of the base edge is open as well. People can please exit there as well. Shh. Please make a path for the Aharon. Those who are by the left door, please. Olam, please make an aisle. Please open up an aisle for the Aharon. It's a little far walk for your father, but it's going to be a madhouse. Shh. We ask everyone in the lobby to please exit the building so we can come out of the base medrash, please. Is the microphone outside? Those who are you on Coney, please move to the other side of Coney. We cannot, the people have no room to leave. Please move to the east 10th side of Coney, please. Whoever's in the lobby, please, we're trying to move out. Please. Shh. The buses for the Bnei Yeshiva that are going to the Beis Olam are located between K and L and Coney Island and will be leaving promptly with the procession.
Please clear the lobby. It is the only way it's going to go out smoothly. Please clear the lobby. Please clear the entrance of the building. Cooperate, listen, and it will be smooth. Please clear the entrance of the building.
Please start walking down Coney Island. We cannot get the Aharon out. There's not enough room. Please. Rabbi Isai, please move down Coney Island so we can get the Aharon out of the building, please.